had a fat day? Have you ever looked in the mirror and not liked what you saw? Have you ever felt ugly? I've been an exercise professional all of my life. I've predominantly worked with women, and women often share with me, I feel fat and I feel ugly. And what can you do about that? Is there something you can do quickly? And I often share this about hairdressers, hairstylists. You can go into a hairdresser looking terrible and they do your hair and you come out half an hour later and look amazing. It's got to be one of the most rewarding careers in the world. As an exercise professional, that can be a bit harder because if you're very out of shape, if your body really needs a lot of work, that can take some time. So there's a process to getting your body lean, fit, energetic, looking fantastic. But what can you do immediately? How can you change your brain chemistry so that you feel good really quickly? And how can that affect how you look in the mirror? So there's a great thing to consider. Happy drugs, happy neurotransmitters, the drugs inside your brain that make you feel good, that make you feel happy, they are produced after you've done something at 100% effort. So in the morning, instead of looking in the mirror and having a fat day because you don't like what you see, what if you went and did something at 100% effort? So you skip rope, punch bag, sprint on the spot, do some push-ups, do some jump squats at 100% effort so that you fill your brain up with dopamine, serotonin, brain-derived neurotropic factor, happy drugs, happy neurotransmitters, so that when you look in the mirror, you're looking with positive eyes rather than negative ones. There's a really fun, simple thing to do first thing in the morning to avoid having a fat day. Because of course, if you are full of dopamine and serotonin, which is a reward neurotransmitter and a satisfaction neurotransmitter, you feel happy and you feel satisfied with your life. What a great thing to do. The next thing to consider is your body can change very quickly by changing your posture. So if you've got rounded shoulders, that automatically means that your abdominals are not working very effectively. So if you pull your shoulders back, stand up straight, hold your abdominals in tight, which then locks in your lower back muscles, your posture improves. Is it possible that your clothes will look better on a body that's in the upright position versus I feel tired and lethargic position? So something as simple as changing your posture also gets better circulation, better blood flow, better nutrient supply, so your body can function more effectively. And if you're functioning more effectively, will you feel better? Something you can do instantly. If you go out in the fresh air and sunshine, direct sunshine on your face makes you feel good. It's warm, it adds all sorts of energy into your body. So rather than first thing in the morning looking in the mirror, how about go outside, and even if it's freezing cold, even if the sun's not out, the sun is above the clouds. So if you can get outside, fresh air, sunshine, even sunshine that's covered by clouds, is it possible that will make you feel better? A great thing that was shared with me just recently, and this is just a very personal thing, I'm all for plastic surgery. I've got lots of plastic surgeons in my life, and I've shared with all of them, please tell me when I need to have plastic surgery, because I'm very happy I love that they've got such great skills and they can keep you looking young. But just recently, and I did it as a birthday present, I went to see a plastic surgeon to talk about a facelift, because I'm a very old lady. And this is a very personal thing, but the plastic surgeon said to me, come back in 10 years when you've got something to lift. And that's a great compliment, but of course I asked why, because most women at my age are ready for plastic surgery. And he made 3 very specific comments about looking young. Number 1 is, if you are stressed, if you're a whinger, a moaner, a complainer, if you are constantly looking for the ugly in life, if you're a pessimist, it shows on your face. It causes your body your face to screw up with, you'll get lines on your face, you'll get stress lines on your face. There's a whole heap of things that happen when you're stressed and angry and annoyed and frustrated. If you've got a positive attitude, you are less likely to have wrinkles and lines on your face. Isn't that interesting? The second one is, since I was a little girl, my mother's put cold water on my face. I think the first shower I ever had, the first bath I ever had, my mother threw me into the cold swimming pool in the cold lake when I was a baby, because my mother really believed in cold water as a great way to stimulate circulation. So I've been doing that all of my life. So the very first thing I do every morning is put ice cold water on my face. Now I live in the South Island of New Zealand. That's very easy. I just spray I literally go outside in the fresh air and sunshine and spray my face with cold water. Now the plastic surgeon told me that of course is awesome for circulation. But when I lived in Queensland in Australia, which is hot all the time and the water out of the tap is not cold, I would keep cold water in the fridge, cold water, I would always have a bottle in the freezer that it'd be ice water. I would circulate them around so I could always put ice cold water on my face, because it's a really quick way to feel refreshed and to re-energize. Now, the other thing I do, of course, is get under the cold hose on a regular basis. And again, I live in the South Island of New Zealand. The water out of the tap is very, very cold. And I will often have an outside shower in the cold water, in the freezing ice cold water, to the point where it gives you a brain freeze. I'm sharing that with you because after you do that, you feel fantastic. You feel revitalized, re-energized, rejuvenated. Cold water is an amazing thing. So if you want instant feel good, get your body into some cold water. Now you can jump into a cold lake, you can jump into a cold river, jump into the ocean, get under a cold shower. All of those things will work. So if you avoid, and it's not about avoiding stress, it's about not being the person that stresses about things you've got no control over. And that's one of the things that you'll never see on my face. I don't get angry about things I have no control over. And if I do have control over them, I don't get stressed about it. I go and do something about it. So I don't want to look like an old lady. So I stay healthy, fit and strong. I put cold water on my face. I make sure that I've got a body that's constantly, I inject my body with high intense exercise several times throughout the day. And that was the third thing that the plastic surgeon shared with me. He said women that are really fit and strong, they have better circulation, better nutrient supply, so it shows in their face. So cold water, de-stress, be healthy, fit and strong, and you are likely to look younger for longer. But if you are a young person and you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, wouldn't that be a great way to live your life? Make sure that you're really fit. Don't stress about the things that you can't make any, well, you can't. There's so many things in life that people get angry about you can't do anything about. Why would you stress about that? Why would you let that show on your face? The fourth thing that's really interesting is if you get affected by other people. People make you angry, they try and hurt your feelings, they try and upset you. That, of course, will show in your face. Emotion shows on your face. But if you accept that there's always going to be horrible people, there's always going to be nasty people, there's always going to be people that are negative, there's always going to be criticizing people and gossips, if you just accept that those people exist and don't let them affect you, which simply means be the nicest person that you can possibly be, so you like who you are. When you look in your mirror, you have to like who you are. If you don't, it will probably show on your face. If you've got low self-confidence, low self-esteem, if you're having a fat day, if you're having an ugly day, if your clothes don't fit, if you're stressed, if you're annoyed, if you're emotional, is it possible that all those things will show on your face? So if you want to look good, if you want to feel good, if you want to have a stack of energy, is it possible that, yes, being healthy, fit and strong are the most important fundamentals for all of that? And of course, that's easy to wrap up. Get puffed to get fit, lift heavy to get strong, do it safely so you don't get injured, do it fast so you don't get bored. And when you produce those happy chemicals inside your brain, that comes from 100% effort to get 100% result. In the fight and flight system, when you push yourself to the absolute extreme for 10 seconds, and that's the big thing that I do, not just once a day, not just 5 times a day, as many times throughout the day that I want to feel good. So it's often about every 15 minutes. I'll get puffed for 10 seconds. Now 10 seconds is a very short period of time. It's the closest to zero you can get. But if you go at 100% effort for 10 seconds without pacing yourself, so you go really, really hard, and you inject your body with energy, enthusiasm, excitement, the 3 E's I call it. So you get blood supply, oxygen supply, neurotransmitters change inside your brain from stress to happy, from being unhappy and angry even. Anything that happens in my life that isn't 100% happy, I then go and get puffed so I can change my brain chemistry, so I can think more clearly, I look better, I feel better, and I can look in my mirror and say, Rowie, you're an old lady, but you're healthier and fitter and stronger and happier than you've ever been. They're all choices. So if you're having a fat day, if you're having an ugly day, if you're having a day where you've got low self-esteem, low self-confidence, if you're having a day where you feel tired and lethargic, if you lie down and do nothing, is it possible that you feel more tired and more lethargic? I often have days where I have to go very hard for very many hours. So I get cold water, fresh air, sunshine, get puffed. If it's strength training day, lift heavy, positive attitude, accept the things that I cannot change the things that I can, and make sure I've got the wisdom to know the difference, which of course means I've got to have a happy brain. And the only way to have a happy brain is to put all of those things into it. If you then add to that eating healthy food, and when I say healthy food, I love lollies and chocolates and biscuits and cakes and takeaway food, and I love all of those things. And the reason I think I'm such a happy person is I don't restrict them, I don't feel guilty when I eat them and enjoy them. I think stress and guilt shows on your face. If you're doing horrible things to the world and you feel guilty about it, it'll show on your face. If you're stressed about eating something that you think you shouldn't be eating because it's a bad food, it'll show on your face. A lot of the horrible diseases in the world are caused by stress. Stress is dis-ease. If your body is diseased under stress, you'll get sick. So all of those things put together, it's very simple. If you want to live your life to the max, be healthy, be fit, be strong, be positive, have a positive attitude, and make sure that everything you do is designed to make sure that you can live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max. Every time I look in the mirror too, yeah.